Hey guys, we're back, and there's still llamas here, and it sucks so much. But today, I kind of got a little bit behind, a lot behind. Yeah, I got behind on uploading, and so right now I am gonna record a short little, or not really a short one. This will be a full length, 30-minute something episode, but what it is of uh, work that's gonna move towards the base. So right now I was gonna focus on building a tree farm and working on my other farms so that I can get caught up kind of with where Brandon is as far as the giant wall and such. Because I don't really have the resources to do that at the moment. And he literally dug an entire chunk out all the way from surface to bedrock just to get enough stone for part of that wall. And I'm not a big stone person. So right now what I'm working on is just building a tree farm and building a, improving the farm we already have. And it's not only so I can build the home that we have now, but because what I really want to do with this series is I want to take it to a different place so that he's on one side of the world and I'm on the other, which means I'm going to have to load up a bunch of chunks and find a new house, probably off that way because I've been there already and it's actually not that bad of a place, but I want to get to the point where I'm out in one direction, he's out in the other direction, but I still have my home right there. So he thinks I'm right in front of him when he's off camera and I'm off camera. And whenever he gets on and I get on, I'll have to move what I need to do that episode to that home, to the home over there. But I want to live in a secret kind of base somewhere else. That way I don't have to worry about him raiding my actual house. So if he goes by my home is what we're going to call that, my home. If he goes by there, then what I can do, and if he destroys it, then I'll have all these farms off in the distance ready to set everything up, ready to get things back in order to where it looks like I'm still living there because I repaired everything. I still have some items in my chests, but those are just extra things that I don't need or things that I'll need for later. Things that aren't important at the moment, so that if he does raid it, if he does prank me, which I have no doubt that he will sometime soon, I will be able to just clear it out, but I'll still have all of my good stuff somewhere else in a base, probably over off that way, because there's a lot of sheep over there. There's a greener forest, so we're not in a mountain biome, we're in an actual forest. Which will be something really nice, and it'll be a change of scenery, and it'll be a lot more homier to build there, and I'll be a lot safer there. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to grab a crafting bench, plop that down right there, and we're going to make me more shovels, because I am really, I'm not happy with shovel usage at the moment. Because I just went through one shovel, and I'm already down. Or actually, no, I've gone through 2 shovels, and I'm already I'm closer, but I'm not there yet. For, leveling out this hill. Now, I also want to level out that hill, just to have more space. Because we do have spruce trees, and I want to take advantage of those. We have dark oak over there, and we also have, oak and some birch off in that direction. So we have all of the wood except acacia and jungle. And jungle wood is going to be pretty valuable because I know Brandon loves to build with it, and I know I'm going to want to build with it. So the person who finds the jungle biome first is probably going to have a little bit of an upper hand with being able to sell that on the server. And considering that we only have 2 people on the moment, I do want to make the announcement of one of Mine Rocky's recording buddies is going to hop on and kind of join the servers for whenever we want to record later on. So there will be other people on the server, like I had said earlier, and there will be people being added throughout the series just to, you know, bump up group efforts and kind of establish an economy versus just a trade system, which is what me and Mindrocker would be, or me and Brandon would be rocking on. But since we would have more people, it would be easier to establish a money system and economy and actually have an item to trade. So yeah, that'd be a lot more fun than having to barter in between items. And it's not really knowing how valuable the item is to the other person, and then either being shown up with a really cheap deal or a really good deal. And it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the series plays out, considering we are adding people, but we are sticking to the whole, we're going to be pretty much pranking each other, killing each other in almost every episode once we get kind of set up, and once we get a battle dome area set up, which is something else I'm going to record. I'm going to probably record and build a little bit off camera, because I like building, but that's going to be something we set up once we both have a good amount of resources and we can dig a fairly large hole into the ground and kind of have a randomized slot system for what items you get to battle with. And I'll talk to him about that. I have a kind of a reference that I want to go look at and see how they did it, and how that I want to pull it off on the server and see if Brandon's good with that. And we should all be fairly chill, I guess. We'll have to see how it turns out with the build, because it is a fairly large build, and it is something that we're going to have to do either off camera or with the help of the god system in the game. And if we get the help of the god system, we should be able to get it done fairly soon. It's just going to be who's going to make a temple first, and that's going to be the most important part of the god system, is who's going to get set up first. Because as soon as you get set up, you can start getting items and getting other things from the god system to make better off yourself, and to also get the upper hand against the other players on the server, which is something that I know Brandon's going to want to do for PvP and pranking reasons, but I also want to have one for building and fortification and having a spare set of everything situation, because the sooner I get everything set up, the better. What I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to start laying out a 4x4 grid. Really, it's going to be a 5x5 grid, so the corners are on block 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, it's a 6x6 grid, so that the blocks are on block 4 in between each other, so that I can just set up the farm that way. Because the way I learned how to do tree farms, and the way that I think they work best, is not when you have them crowded together, but you have them spaced out. That way it gives you the optimal growing situation naturally, especially since this won't be automated anytime soon. It'll be a lot more useful to me this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that extra tree right there, and then go ahead and add this one too. That way I'm not losing any trees, but I have plenty of dirt to sacrifice in this setting up of the situation. I think I'm also going to find a way to do some AFK farms. I might find a villager, and if I can find a village and some villagers, I can do a automatic wheat farm and I can do other automatic farms along with that. So things like carrots, beetroot, which I'll have to look at it, but if it does the same as mushroom stew, beetroot stew will actually be something that's very, very useful, because it's not hard to make. 2, 3, 4. The only downfall is that it takes up an entire inventory slot, like the mushroom stew, but it'll be useful because of its ability to, or because of the amount of hunger that it replenishes, which I'm not sure of at the moment, but I do need to go check up on and go see what I can get from it, because if I can get good, then I got good. So the other things on my channel being the multiplayer games and the Mineplex, I do want to start playing multiplayer on Hypixel, because there are several games that me and the friend group play that I want to record, because they're a lot of fun while playing. They're really intense. Doing games like Sky Wars on Hypixel, I've gotten to the point where if I don't have any eggs, I won't get anywhere in the game, because I just sit there and shoot people off of their bridges, and I'm getting souls, and then I'm getting buffs to start off the game, which makes playing the game a lot easier and a lot more fun. So it is a system that I've now gotten addicted to. So that's something that I will probably start recording fairly soon. And it will be a lot of fun to be screaming at my microphone, shooting people off of platforms with eggs and snowballs, but also maybe even winning a Sky Wars or two. Because I found that when I'm recording, I have the best of luck with things, and that sometimes I did it wrong. That sucks. One, two, three, 4. Okay. So it's this one. It's 3 all the way down. I ain't gonna be able to do anything about it. I'll just make that the center of it, so that's why they're closer together. I'll put cobblestone in the floor right here so I can get rid of these. Dang it! That sucks. And ironically, see, 4x4. Ironically, right when I was talking about the fact that when I'm recording I have better luck with things than I do when I'm not recording. So who knows? Maybe that'll turn out to be a good thing. Maybe I'll be able to, I don't know, make it more efficient with the fact that they won't grow really tall trees, which is another thing that I have to do with this tree farm, is I have to take it and I have to check on, or I have to, what was it? I have to put slabs above the trees, that way they don't grow super tall like this, that way they're more efficient in growing, and I don't have to spend a bunch of time mining out a tree that I'm not going to get a bunch of wood from, you know. It's better off to have the short trees and continually get good wood and not as much leaf versus a lot of leaf and not as much wood. So my frame rate is doing a lot better in this video compared to the other videos, and I think I figured out why. My computer had been wanting to update for a long time and restart and all, and I usually don't let it do it until it does it itself, and it just restarted literally yesterday, and I played a few games on Hypixel and the time in between that update and now, and I've been getting frame rate that's back to really good, no lag, nothing bad with the frames. Granted, I'm playing alone at the moment, it's still a lot better frame rate than what I've been getting, and it's something that I want to stick with. So we'll just have to see how my computer decides to run into while I am not recording while I am recording. I'll have tiny lag spikes like what just happened right there, but nothing major, nothing that's going to get me to delete a recording like I have done in the past few days, because the recordings were just so bad, so laggy. The frame rate was down so much that I just deleted the recording because I don't want to put something that's gonna look bad out. Because half of the fun that you get from doing something like this, half the fun you get from recording, from doing videos, is not the fact that you're just playing a game, but it's also the fact that you're putting something out there, and if it's received well, then you actually get happy about it. You get this achieved feeling that you've done something, even if all you did was record for about 30 minutes, edit for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then slap something on the internet. If it looks good and it's received well, it feels good to just have that out there. Shut up, llama. You sound like you're dying or barfing. You have a really weird neck. Ow. Thank you. I like your leather. It's very useful to me. Considering we don't have any cows on the server. Don't know why, but we don't. It's very sad. We don't, like, I went exploring for the chickens and for the other things, and we legit have no cows on the server. Like, 0. Zilch. Unless I'm remembering incorrectly. But yeah, we have no cows on this world. And on one of my my peaceful worlds, one of the worlds I play alone on, I had to build a nether portal. That was like the first thing I had to do to get item frames. And to get item frames, you have to have cows. And I spawned on an island. So I had to figure out how to get a nether portal out of that island. And I did. And there was a cave in a landmass next to me. Ow. Ooh, mushroom. So I was able to grab some stuff and some items and the lava that I needed. And I made another portal. And I got off and I got some cows. And right now, on that world, I'm in the middle of building a farm like I am on this one. Everything comes down to farms. Building and farms are the name of the game. Because as soon as you have enough material to make a beacon, and ooh, yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay, that makes me happy. So I'm gonna have to go mining for more cobblestone over in that quarry. But once I do, then I will have enough cobblestone to start slabbing above these trees, and that's the height that I want them. I want them 3 block, that's what I want. I want 3 blocks, so I want one above that tree. So I'm gonna go measure up this tree real quick, because 3 block I think is the highest you can get on a normal tree. I may be wrong, but I think that's the height. And if it is, that's what I need. Yeah, 3 block. So I don't want giant trees, but I want trees that are either 2 or 3 block tall, or even 1 block tall. Anything that can give me good material, good amounts of wood. Now, speaking of farms and automation and all of that I've been talking about in the past, 10-something minutes, I do want to say that there are automated tree farms. you need sticky pistons to do those and actual pistons to do those, and I don't got time for that. I don't have time to go mining and find a slime chunk and all of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 8th block in the air. I don't have time to go do all that and to go build that, find all the redstone for it, because that would take a while, considering I'm on a server that has okay caves. None of them are fantastically awesome. I have not found a cave that is that good, but eventually we probably will find one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, okay. And then I want to do that, and then I want to bridge this all the way across all of the trees, and then get rid of what's in the middle. Yep, I have another one over there. Ah, no. So I don't have time to go and do that while I'm off camera at the moment. I mean, I could go do it off camera, but it's the fact that I don't want to do something off camera and then get lost, or I don't want to do too much off camera, because there is a boundary right there between what you do show and what you don't show, and if you've done too much off camera, which is something that I don't want to cross, because I've been there, done that, and then it takes away from the next video that you put out, because it's like, wait, when did you get all of this? How did you get all of this? Did anything interesting happen when you got all of this? It's just, oh, I did it. It's just something that I don't want to cross as far as that line goes. And that Mine Rocker has crossed, and I was talking to him about that. He's like, yeah, I've probably done a little bit too much on camera. So, I don't think he's been on since we had that conversation. And since we talked about that, because he's been off trying to play other games with some of his friends, because he just got back from a trip, and he's been playing other games with his friends, not recording. He's been, or as far as I know, he hasn't been recording. I haven't checked his channel, though, so that's probably something I need to do, keep tabs on him, so that way I know if he pranks me in between episodes or something like that. Yoink. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Yes! I did it. So that's first row done. We're going to do the second row now. And, yeah. But the tree farm is as simple as that, except I would suggest having torches around here, because I've had many experiences with situations where I've come across my tree farm and there's a creeper or a zombie or something in it, and then I die in my tree farm, and since it's not literally right next to my house, I have to go get my stuff, and then it's all just an ordeal that I don't like going through. But I've also had experiences with the fact that since this is a server that just runs all the time, it almost never has any time where you get on and it's daytime. Every time I get on, it's nighttime. Every single time. And it's very weird, and it's not fun at all to get onto your server and realize that you can't do anything because it's nighttime. And now you have to go and just work through the night, hope you don't die. And speaking of dying, I haven't kept track of my L's during the series, how many times I've died. So I'm going to go look through there, look through the videos, and make a sign or a scoreboard. At the end of this, I'm going to make a scoreboard, because I'm almost done with the tree farm. I have enough time, and then we'll end the video off with that scoreboard saying who's doing the, or who's taken the most L's on the server, who's died the most. I might do a Minecraft scoreboard if I can figure out the command for that one. I might go look that up off camera and get that one done, get that one happening, so that we will have a official scoreboard for the series, which would be awesome to get done, have one of those, and to really pay attention to that, because if maybe someone dies so many times they get a penalty, or they lose some of their attachedness to their god or their temple, and they lose maybe an item or something, and their god becomes unhappy with them. Just something that is just kind of like a punishment system for dying. We'll have to work that one out. And killing people would not have a punishment system, because there are some of the gods that are on the server that do like players and encourage players to kill each other and encourage that kind of PvP style action, because that's their thing, that's that god's thing, you know? I mean, you can't get mad about someone's thing. You know, that's their thing. That's what they do. I have auto jump on. Why do I have auto jump on? And it's not off. Then why did I jump earlier? Okay, that's weird. We're just gonna keep on building. So this is the tree that I want. The max height tree for, for efficient mining. So something that you do want, something that you do want to harvest and grab and take advantage of as that tree. And I'm just going to leave it to, boink. And we're going to climb down this tree. Actually, no, we're not, because I need that tree to stay there for a little bit so I can get rid of all these. No, 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 no. The one I'm standing on is a yes, and then that one's no. That one's no. That one's... Oh, come on. This is why I have a set of 2 tools of everything. Because everything dies on me. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not using stone, or why I am using stone, because I have a good amount of iron. I could use that. I don't have a crazy amount of iron, but I have a good amount of iron, and I could be using that. You're probably wondering why I'm not. It's because I am cheap, and I don't want to spend time going and getting more iron after more iron every time I have a tool break on me. And it's something that I do have. It's more of those in-between end-game tools. So, yeah, you'll have a diamond sword and maybe a diamond axe or pickaxe, but you would have an iron shovel. I wouldn't spend iron on a iron, or I wouldn't spend diamonds on a pickaxe. I mean, not a pickaxe, on a shovel or on a hoe, except when I'm getting the achievement for the diamond hoe, where it's make a diamond hoe on purpose and then use the entire thing to farm all of the crops and actually use up the entire diamond hoe, which is something that I do want to try and do. And I just think that iron is more of a tool that, yeah, you can get to pretty easily, but until you have stacks upon stacks of it, it wouldn't be the best idea to use, because it is a good tool. And then things for stone and cobblestone, you can just whip out of your pocket, or if your tool dies, you can just walk over and grab some out of the nearest cave or the nearest open piece of stone. And it's just something that I've always done ever since I started playing. I've always thought of iron being something that you definitely don't use willy-nilly, which I don't think a lot of people do. It's just that if I don't have a buttload of iron, I'm not gonna make a iron shovel, or I mean an iron. Yeah, I'm not gonna make an iron shovel. I'm not gonna make an iron sword. I'm not gonna make I'm not gonna make an iron pickaxe. No, I take that one back too. I'm not gonna make an iron shovel, hoe, or axe. I'll definitely make an iron pickaxe. I'll definitely make an iron sword, and I'll even make buckets and shears when I need them. But I'll definitely not make tools that I'm not going to use a bunch of, or that stone would suffice the job if I don't have to. At this rate, I'm going to have to harvest my own trees by the end of the episode. What? We're doing good. I think I'm going to stop the episode now, because I don't want it to get too long, and this is turning into one of those every time I come across a new topic, every time I think about something, I start talking about it, and that's not what I want this to be, because then it'll sound like I'm rambling on. I'll start saying filler words too much, just stuff that's not fun to listen to. So we're gonna head over to in between mine and Brandon's base, and we're gonna pop down a scoreboard, and we're gonna see what happens. As far as I can remember, my L count is about 8, because I died for sure 5 times on the first few episodes, and I think I took 1 L off camera, but I'm not exactly sure, so we're gonna consider that as 8 L's on my behalf. So I'm gonna grab some wood. I actually need to grab more wood for this, and some cobblestone slabs. So we're gonna cut down trees. Yay! Another good thing about this is that if you cut down everything, all of the leaves will fall, and if you only cut down one tree, the leaves will stay, because they're 4 blocks away from the nearest log. So you gotta cut down an entire row, or the entire thing when you cut it down, instead of just being lazy. So that's kind of a downfall to this, but not really, because it's not very hard to go and cut down a bunch of trees at once. Because I wonder what vein miner would do to this, because you could vein mine all of the leaves and then just go with it. But as far as I know, you can get a vein miner plugin, so I might be able to pop that into the server. So if me and Brandon think of any plugins or any just add-ons that we want to add to the server to just make it more interesting, any functions, because I know that's new with Minecraft. I'll have to figure out how those work, because I'm not exactly sure how they work, because I haven't done research into them, because at first I thought they were just a Windows 10 thing, and I play Java or PC edition at the moment, so who knows if that's going to be something that we end up using. It'll just depend on if we can find one that'll A, make dungeons, B, make it easier to get certain items that we will need for the series and for what we do. It'll just make it easier on us and make it a little more fun to watch. I do have a map. The map that I keep mentioning that is for Brandon, I have it done, it's ready, there are mods on it and everything. I just need maybe a boss mod of some sort. I don't know any of them, but I'm going to try and find one, and I'm going to see if he can come over soon. That way I can get his reaction, he can get, we can record together, we'll be in the same room, I can use my mic, and he'll be picked up through his computer, and it'll all be all good, and it'll all be all fancy, but I do want to have his reaction to it on camera, because it's a very nice map in my opinion, and it's something that I did work pretty dang hard for his entertainment. I had to switch the version and the mods on it about 3 or 4 times so that the actual mod pack would work and it would properly do its thing, get what I wanted to happen. There were times where I had to completely restart it because the mods were doing things so fast that it would bug out the server, which is completely understandable because there is Tinker's Construct and the Infina mine and Infina stuff on it. So it was really nice to go and do. And so think I'm gonna end this episode here. If you like this episode, then you like the episode, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!